Apple is all about speed this week, making a deal to stream Formula One races on the same week it releases new M5 chips to give us faster iPad Pro and a faster MacBook Pro and a faster Vision Pro. You see, October is always a race for tech reporters. It's why we call it Techtober, and Apple is a big part of that. But I gotta say, this year, things are far beyond normal. The tech landscape this month feels completely unhinged. This week, an Amazon cloud service outage took down half the internet, including a few Apple services. And a week prior, we saw a Pixel phone blow up in a YouTuber's durability test. And Meta, it released its own take on Google Glass, a decade after Google Glass. And all the while, OpenAI, a company said to be worth hundreds of billions of dollars, fills our social media feeds with AI-generated deepfakes and announces it's going to lean into making horny chatbots. Yeah, it's madness. So forgive me if I don't mind that Apple removed the plus sign from Apple TV Plus. Despite the general vibe of things not feeling quite normal these days, Apple might be having its best October ever. I mean, just look at Tim Cook. He's getting Labubus, and Steve Jobs is getting on a coin. And well, I got a new head strap. So strap in and let's unwrap shiny new Apple treats as we do our best to dodge the other tech chaos being flung around us. If you think October can't possibly give us one more thing, well, my friends, you must be new here because I'm Bridget Carey, and this is One More Thing. Apple's newest gadgets are here, but don't expect them to have a new look. You see, the iPad Pro, it has the same design as before, and the MacBook Pro is also the same, and the Vision Pro also looks the same. They even have their same price tags, but now they are available to buy with a new M5 chip. The point is to have something more powerful and faster for handling heavy tasks like AI or having it respond faster to graphics-heavy games, and it also helps with battery life. But if you want a new look, Apple does have new accessories. The Vision Pro gets a new dual knit band with a more comfortable fit. And yes, after trying it for a few long stretches, it is a clear improvement. It took away a lot of pressure from my cheeks, and I was wearing the headset for longer without strain. The iPad Air, it also got a new Black Magic keyboard. You see, it was only in the color white before. And there's a new way to dress up your Apple TV Plus, which is now just called Apple TV. You see, it's getting new programming next year. As the company announced, it is the official U.S. broadcaster of Formula One races.
Yes, F1, baby.
According to CNBC, Apple is paying about $140 million each year for the rights to show all the races to Apple TV subscribers. So yes, you have to be a subscriber to see most of the content, but Apple says it will have select races and practice sessions available for free in the app for those who don't subscribe. When the season begins in 2026, there'll be lots of ways to follow all of these fast cars on your iPhone, including a designated widget on the home screen. And if you're wondering why Apple dropped the Plus from Apple TV Plus, Apple executive Eddie Q said in an interview that it's, because people just call it Apple TV. No one calls it Apple TV Plus. In a time where companies are just muddying up a lot in our digital lives, there's more sign-ins and there's changing permissions all the time of apps, it's just nice to have things simplified. So yes, I do not care if the streaming box is also called Apple TV. That's part of the appeal of the Apple ecosystem. You shouldn't need to think that hard about it. Meanwhile, Apple customers in China were quick to grab the iPhone Air, with reports of the iPhone Air selling out within minutes after pre-orders began last Friday. Now, what makes that news even more wild is that at the same time, we also had reports that Samsung is giving up on its ultra-thin phone, the Galaxy S25 Edge, because demand was so low. It's been out for less than 5 months. But with the launch of the iPhone Air in China, Tim Cook has been touring the country, visiting with shoppers and developers and government officials, and somehow he found time to visit the creator of Labubu and the Monsters, where he was gifted his own Tim Cook Labubu. Yes, he's just like us now. It's so cute to see Tim start his own collection. Now, as for my Apple collection, the only thing I added this week was the new strap. And so yes, I have the old knit strap and the new Vision Pro strap. And I don't know what I'll do with this. Maybe I'll use it as like a little Labubu bed. Oh no. And that's not all. Because outshining all of this Labubu-ness is some Steve Jobs news. Because it looks like the Apple co-founder may be on a dollar coin. The United States Mint released designs for 2026 coins that honor American innovation. And the coin for California shows Steve Jobs sitting in a landscape of rolling hills with the phrase, "Make something wonderful." The Secretary of the Treasury has to finalize it still. But yes, next year you might be able to be spending some jobs. Obviously, no company's perfect, but Apple is just riding this good news wave this week, even in advertising. A commercial released for Mac, voiced by the late Dr. Jane Goodall, gets to the core of creating on your computer. It says every great idea began as nothing. There's no goofball characters or AI solving for non-existent problems, just humans and creativity and the idea that we can change the world. And then right after that ad came out, Apple shares hit a new record high for the first time this year, all from optimism on sales of the iPhone 17. A report says that the base model sold well in China, and American buyers upgraded to the Pro Max. What else could Apple give us? October is not over yet. New AirTags, new HomePod Mini, new Apple TV box. Okay, that might not come this year. But you know what? It's still October, and in October with tech, anything goes. Let me know in the comments what changes at Apple you're most interested in, and if you're upgrading to the new products, and I'll catch you next Friday for one more thing.